I love about our meteorologists here. Pamela, you sort of give us another illustration to make it sink in about these weather systems moving in right now.
Yeah, it's a very active time today, even tomorrow, going into the Northeast. We have a chance for widespread severe weather. So across parts of the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes and the Great Plains, too. You see the Dakotas all the way through Wisconsin, Minnesota, and all Michigan. Tons of reports in the last just several hours. And there's that tornado report across Wisconsin. Damaging wind and hail, that's pivoting farther to the east, and the cluster of storms that produce that severe weather out across Wisconsin and that tornado is now moving across Buffalo, New York, producing severe weather and warnings at the moment. Tons of lightning strikes. Now that cluster will dissipate, but it may swing in a couple storms across parts of northern New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. We'll watch for that. Meanwhile, the atmosphere refuels down across southern parts of Indiana into Illinois and Nashville, Tennessee, encompassed in this very, very high threat for widespread severe weather, tornadoes, damaging wind, and hail. Again, this is today, widespread severe weather in the areas of red. Then that shifts across parts of the Northeast for tomorrow. Between noon and 9 p.m., the biggest chance for any severe storms. A few across Boston with damaging wind and hail, heavy rain and lightning a threat with any storm as well. So next couple of days, we got to stay on guard. Today, not so much, but Saturday especially. That's our first alert day. This morning, we're waking up to a steady flow from the south, lots of humid air, and therefore some dense fog. That fog helping to keep us rather stable and may keep you quite cool and cloudy across the south coast, Cape and Islands for much of the day while we break out into some sunshine. Temps in the 70s at the coast, 80s inland, and here those storms. Pop-up showers and storms, and whatever's left from that cluster of storms across upstate New York moves across northern New England through 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. tonight and then dissipating overnight. Tomorrow morning, a warm front approaches the area. That will trigger some initial showers and thunderstorms between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., quickly moving out. The big question is, how quickly does the atmosphere refuel and how quickly can we get some sunshine? That will lead to another round of some potentially severe storms between noon and 9 p.m. They're very spotty at the moment, but any of those storms could rotate. That doesn't necessarily mean a tornado, but it means that we would have that hail threat or that damaging wind threat. A spin up, not out of the question, but not something likely with this particular setup for Saturday. By the way, on a better note, we have sunset times tonight, 8 o'clock, starting that off in Boston. 64 degrees right now as you head out. At 62 for the dew points. It's soupy, it's humid, 76 degrees to 80s. And then tonight's lows back in the 60s with more humid air for tomorrow, kicking off those scattered thunderstorms that cool turn severe. Look at that cool down, though, next week. Prepare yourselves. Highs in the 50s and lots of rain kicking off midweek.
We're trying to ignore that cool down there, Pamela, but thank you so